Alright, in this video we are going to discuss some sewing tools in Marvelous Designer, and you can get this menu by clicking on this icon text from the left side, and if you just click on it you can have that same menu. I've just docked it right on my screen. So let's get started and create a rectangle. And let's create a copy of that rectangle as well with the distance of 60 inches and click OK. So we have this nice two rectangles on our screen. Okay, so let's start with segment sewing. So segment sewing is basically a tool that connects the two segments. Let's get started with this tool. And once I activated that tool, you can see that uh, now a sewing machine appears at the bottom of my cursor, and there are some values underneath that icon. So right now they're 0. So if I just hover over my mouse on any segment, you can see that those values turn into red, and we have now the length of that segment. The values in the round bracket is showing me the first segment and uh, slash with the second segment. And the second thing you notice is uh, the segment turns into blue. And the third thing you can notice that if I just drag my mouse towards the upper vertex, this blue, this little blue line, it's basically the tick that the swing will start from this end to that end, or it's basically just showing the direction of the swing. So if I just move towards this vertex and move my cursor towards this vertex, the tick will appear on this side. And if I just drag my mouse towards the bottom vertex, the tick is now appearing on this side. So this will affect the sewing direction, and you just have to be very careful with sewing different segments. So let's just click on this segment for now, and once I'm done with this rectangle, I can now go to the other rectangle segment, and once I just hover over my mouse on this rectangle, you can see that a blue dotted line is appears between those segments. And if I just click on it, you can see that now I just saw these two segments together. Now if I just hit spacebar on my keyboard, so this will simulate. You can see now these two fabrics are connected. So this is a nice way to connect two fabrics together. All right. Okay, so let's So all the sides, all the segments together. But before that, let me just reset this simulation. So in order to reset your simulation, you can just use this icon in the 3D window and click, and or you can just select the reset 3D arrangement all, and this will reset the simulation. Now let's so other segments, but before doing that, let me just rotate this pattern so that you can clearly see what actually is going on. All right, so you can so the segments in the 2D pattern window as well as in the 3D pattern window. So you can see we have the same icon here in the 3D pattern window as well. So if I just select segment sewing inside our 3D window, I can do the same thing, and you can notice that we are getting the same uh, tick marks on the segments and a blue line uh, in this 3D pattern as well. So this might be sometimes very easy to do sewing in 3D window. Just you can see you have a better view of what actually going on, but uh, there might be some cases that you need to sew different segments in this 2D pattern window. So let's just click on this segment and this. So you can see this segment is going to be shared by on with this segment. This will be this. These two segments will be shared together, and these two segments will be shared together. So let's just click on this line. Now I'm going to show the top segments. Let me just do uh, the opposite. So if I just click, the tick mark is on the right side of the this the tick mark is on the left side of the segment, and if I do it this time on the right side, you will notice that our sewing will get reversed. So it's basically what it's actually doing is the marvelous designer will think that I have sewed this part to this side and this part to this side, which will mess up the simulation and the sewing part as well. So in order to get rid of this thing, you can just undo this by hitting Control Z, or you can use the edit sewing tool. So if I just click on the edit sewing tool and click on this sewing and right click, so you can see we have a so if I just click on the second option, reverse sewing, or hit Control B on the keyboard, you can see that our sewing will get sorted. So now the these are basically the conventional sewing the marvelous design will do. So let's do the bottom segment as well. Click and click. So now you can see I've done with all the segments, and if I just press my spacebar, I can simulate that sewing as well. So you can see we have a nice two fabric sewed together with top and bottom. And let's just make this fabric into a more interesting um, thing. So let's just add a pressure into it. This will convert our fabric. So select the patterns, and Marvelous Design will show the property of those patterns. And inside the property editor, just search for the pressure. So here we have the pressure tool, and if for now it's 0. So if I just increase the pressure value to, let's say, 5, so you can see it instantly turns that simple fabric into a pillow.